the Smashi Business Show. Again, I am Farah Bashir and
I am Anika Ellis Baby.
in pink hair. So we're going to go quickly through the headlines and then I want to talk to Anika about her pink, gorgeous hair. So,
Thanks.
Dubai's 6.8 billion initiative aims to attract $177 billion investment by 2033, and UAE economy set for 4% growth, of course, you guys, which is very exciting. And as well, we have a lot of things to talk about. But first of all, I want to talk to Anika. I want to ask you, Anika, tell me about the pink hair.
It was an impulsive decision. Okay, so for our podcast listeners, I'm currently in 2 Dutch braids with which is very pink. It's fake hair, obviously, but it is just something I did on a whim last night while I was out on a shoot. It looked crazy, funky, and I thought, why not? But today morning, as I came into the office, I realized, oh my God, I have to host a business show. And at the same time, you know, I'm coming into a workplace, and I was like, "Oh, is this appropriate? Is this all right for a workplace?" So, like, you know,
I think honestly that the way you look should not be associated with your work ethic. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people that look the look
different,
but they don't do the job well. You can look different and do the job better than someone who does not look, you know, very job appropriate.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And then it got me thinking a lot right now. Basically, I just started thinking, and I realized how many like women in professional settings do you see with regularly colored hair? I've seen just like a dip dye or like a brown or a beige, like safe colors. But like a neon pink, a white.
Look, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. But would you hire someone?
See, that's the thing. Like, if the CEO of the company, who was a woman, or a man, no stopping, had like neon pink hair, I think it would set the tone for the rest of the company. But say, how many women do you know in business with colored hair, with funky hair? I think funky hair is a key personality indicator.
That's
so, for
true.
example, Sam Altman, when he got caught, he had a lot of articles came out with saying the curly-haired man.
Yeah.
You know, because I think it was considered unconventional. I think every time CEOs do something unconventional, people look down at their dressing. So like Mark Zuckerberg and his very casual dressing.
That's true.
Or like Steve Jobs and his turtleneck. Steve Jobs, right? Yeah. Steve Jobs and his turtleneck. Sam Altman and his girl.
I mean, you know what? We should not judge someone's work ethic depending on how they look, which leads me to our first story. So, Saudi minister said those who missed out on Aramco shares will regret it, you guys. This is a very, 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 very big statement because, you know, we know that investing is a very big thing, and not only that, you know, Aramco is Aramco. So Saudi Arabia's energy sector has received a major boost with significant new discoveries of oil and gas, which is why they are actually telling everyone to invest in Aramco shares. Everyone right now is investing, and business is business. So if you are a businessman or a businesswoman, like the pink hair lady and I am right now, you know what, why not actually invest for Aramco?
Well, this is obviously, we are not giving out investment advice, but like, let's look at it. I just did a quick Google search. Why should I consider investing in Saudi Aramco shares? And here's like there's obviously a big set of points, but the first one being attractive valuation and growth potential. So, you know, because these guys are currently trading at price to earnings ratio. It's lower than many of its, so the prices of these shares are lower than many of the global peers. You know, and plus they're investing in unique value-added growth opportunity. No wait, I don't get this. Okay, but let's see, it's clearly something, it's a very attractive buy in the market. Why? Because this is the largest oil company They've got, and I think we covered this 2 days ago.
Yes, we keep on hearing Aramco all the time.
No, but like we covered the story of how they unlocked the Jafurah gas plant, and now that this allows them to shift into gas itself. So now they are, they've just like added in. They have so much capital remaining for their oil and gas production, which is obviously the sign of a good company that's going to last a long time.
And as well, by the way, sorry to cut you off, but the discoveries do not only include oil and gas. They have discovered 2 unconventional oil fields, a reservoir containing high-quality Arabian light crude, and 2 natural, you guys, gas fields, and as well additional natural gas reservoirs.
Yes, and okay, like looking at it on a more like business perspective, the dividends. They have been known to, they have announced their intentions to declare dividends on a regular basis. And in 2022, for example, they paid out $75 billion in dividends, which is not a small amount, of course. And if you have been a shareholder for a long time, perhaps you can attest to it.
Agreed. And you know what?
And of course, they're listed on the London Stock Exchange, so it's extremely safe, and you just know what you're getting into. So it's like a safe purchase to make, safe investment.
I mean, I agree with you.
Would you invest?
I would, for sure, I would. So far, I mean, I've been recently very into the investing field, which is interesting. But it reminds me of, like, when Bitcoin first came up. Not a lot of people invested in Bitcoin because they were thought like, oh my God, they're very like,
and then Elon Musk
but then,
tweeted.
You guys. So this is an advice from His Highness. Invest. You guys, don't let it go.
Well, of course, the royal family would back it because this is literally like it's a joint 100%. Offering. But yeah.
So now
up to your choice.
Exactly. Up to your choice. But don't say
advice.
We did advise you guys because we said it and we'll say it again. And as well, His Highness did say it to all of you guys. So I would say invest in Aramco. But let's go to Egypt.
Speaking of
small trip to Egypt. So a controversy sparks over Talat Mustafa Group's $21 billion mega project amid economic struggles and murder case history, which is really interesting, honestly.
Okay, so just for some background, the Talat Mustafa Group is one of Egypt's largest real estate developers, and they had announced an ambitious $21 billion South Med project on the country's northern coast. But obviously, the project is coming into a bit of controversy, mainly because of Egypt's economic challenges and, of course, just the controversy with the murder, which I actually
But before the murder, I want to say something that this project adds 2.4 trillion pounds to Egypt's GDP.
If it happens.
I mean, we hope so, because like we have seen Egypt's economy go through a lot, right? And
going through a lot. The currency has been absolutely plundered.
Agreed with you, honestly. It is going through a lot. But, of course, the project is expecting to add 2.4 trillion pounds to Egypt.
Yeah, I think if despite all of this, South Med becomes a reality, this would definitely be very indicative of the kind of business that Talat Mustafa Group is, because it would literally be rising through every single adversity you can think of, because everything is against them at this moment. But I think when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and we will see.
We will see, but actually, the announcement itself boosted TMG's stock by 4.1% to
amazing.
59.45 Egyptian pounds. Which is honestly, it's a good start, But we are, of course, like we do not want to, I would say, curse it by being very hopeful of everything for Egypt.
Okay, I didn't know hoping was cursing now.
I mean, it's like when you like, so excited about one thing and it's like it doesn't happen and it's like you're like, oh my God, did I curse it? Did I not? But of course, with what's happening with Egypt and the Egyptian pound and the economy, we're hoping that this project will actually really do good to the Egyptian economy.
Yep.
But tell us about the backlash since I cut you off.
No, so this is not their, so it's very interesting actually. They have enlisted a Hollywood star, Sylvester Stallone, was also part of the project's marketing. And this is actually not their first long-term controversy. They've had a long-running legal dispute with over a Madinati real estate project. Yes. But that was eventually settled for 9 billion Egyptian pounds. And now to add on to it, there is the whole, I'm not sure, like...
So technically, some of the other projects that TMGs hold as Madinati, as Anika has mentioned, Al Rihab area, Celia, and the Noor City near Cairo. So they have also partnered, by the way, with Abu Dhabi Holding and Modern Properties for $35 billion, which is not a small number. It's a huge, huge, huge number for Ras Al Hikmah project. And then launched Banan in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with an $11 billion investment. So we are honestly really hoping for South Med to actually boost Egypt's economy after the Egyptian pound is like not really doing that well, hopefully.
But moving on to a little more of a hopeful Egyptian story.
Yes, you guys. I mean, see, we did tell you we're taking like a small tour around Egypt.
So Egypt has hit record 7.1 million tourists, which has given them a $6.6 billion revenue boost.
Which is honestly very exciting.
Yes.
Because we're just like talking about the... the GDP and how Egypt will be working on it with that. So it's very exciting. So the increase in tourism revenues is expected to contribute significantly to Egypt's economic growth. Of course, 100%. We do often see that when a country tourism, I would say, sparks or gets better, you can see that the economy gets better. And 7.1 million tourists is not a small number, it's a huge number.
Of course, and they've been working really hard to get to this number also because they've been improving their tourism infrastructure, and their plan, the final plan is to reach up to $30 billion revenue per year in tourism revenue, and they're going to add, of course, a lot more hotel rooms, 25,000 to be precise. And they're investing heavily in a lot more tourist attractions, specifically across along the North Coast and South Sinai.
And they're even, by the way, hoping to attract 30 million tourists by 2028.
Yes.
And it's really, honestly, they're huge numbers. So I think in the future, what I would expect out of Egypt for its economy to continue growing, where it will, inshallah, or soon become, I would say, an attraction for all businessmen and women to go there and invest.
I think what's very interesting is Egypt continues to maintain this idea of being safe and a tourist hub, despite all the right next to it in the border is Palestine, and there's so much happening there, right? The occupation, the terrorism that's happening there, it's crazy. So I think it's very interesting that despite all of that, Egypt is able to still continue to look to bring in tourists, that people are still visiting it without being worried about it. When you have to keep in mind we actually broke a story many months ago of how several Egyptian tourisms and travel agents take a lot of money. There's a specific amount based on if you have an Egyptian visa, or whereas if you don't, and they try to bring in Palestinians from Gaza to Egypt, to help them, bring them to safety. and there's a lot of money that comes in through that also, which I think should not go unmentioned, and it's very important to also say that this is coming at a cost.
That is true. I agree with you. And as well, by the way, like the tourism, since their tourist number has grown significantly, that the tourism sector is significant for employment in Egypt, with Egypt, because later on, the industry has created jobs for Egyptians in hotels, restaurants, transportation, and other related services, which will simultaneously boost its economy. Right? And that's what I think all Egypt is really hoping for, because the growth in tourism leads to investments in infrastructure such as airports, roads, and hotels, which is why I'm really honestly looking forward and excited for Egypt. And I do expect its economy to be boosted even more and better in the future.
But let's come back to our little city of Dubai.
Yes, let's talk about India. Talk about, since you are from India, tell us about the story.
No, please don't put it that way.
Okay.
But so Dubai has BitOasis, which is a Dubai-based virtual assets trading platform. BitOasis has now been acquired by India-based cryptocurrency exchange CoinDCX. So this acquisition is new. They haven't disclosed the complete amount, but it is an exciting chapter for the MENA region, because this means that they are now equipped to make bigger moves, better moves. So CoinDCX, for example, the history, this is the Indian company that acquired them. CoinDCX had previously also invested into BitOasis. This was in August of 2023, but now they own the entire thing, so that's growth for them too, good for them. But obviously the BitOasis leadership team remains unchanged, so you know that if you've been happy with them, it's going to continue, so and so. It's just that they have more capital now to serve better.
Yes, because they have had, they have achieved several regulatory milestones, including being the first companies to register and become a supporting entity to the Financial Intelligence Unit. Which is really kind of like exciting. And as well, they have achieved the reinstatement of the MVP operational license under VARA and securing a license from the Central Bank of Bahrain. So I think that their acquisition in Dubai is like not something like small and easy. However, we are of course looking forward towards because they are looking to grow their crypto adoption with 68% year-on-year rise.
That's the UAE in general.
Yes.
The UAE in general has, of course, been adopting crypto. It's become a very integral part when people talk about investing, because the idea of cryptocurrency is so funny. It's like the stock market, you invest and it's long term. You have to buy and hold. Whereas with crypto, you could overnight become a millionaire, or you could overnight lose your millions. It's very, very thrilling and interesting. And sometimes it's just based on a tweet. Sometimes it's the most unexpected crypto, like a meme coin, which is, so it's very, very interesting. I'm just curious to see how things are going to shape around. But yeah.
But just to wrap it all up, so BitOasis, they want to strengthen its position in the market while contributing to the growing adoption of cryptocurrencies in the UAE and the MENA region, as Annika and I have mentioned. So as Annika as well mentioned earlier, I think maybe you guys can look at and maybe invest. But don't forget, as Hassan said, you can invest as well in Aramco.
Yes, but this is not investment advice.
Yeah. Yeah, we are not advising right now, but you guys can look it all up more on our Smashi business Instagram page. And if you have missed the episode, we as well go in podcast form. And this is it for today's episode. Thank you, Annika, for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.